I didn't remember that the music was going to end. We are getting ready. Are you here? If you are here, I'm so glad that you are here. If you are in the replay, let us know that you're watching in the replay. We got Emily is here from San Francisco. Where else are you watching from? I am so thrilled about these slides that I've prepared for you today. While we are counting down still, we got 1 minute before we fully jump into the goodness. I am going to, put my face on this screen for just a mo. Let us know where you're watching from. We're so stoked to be bringing this info. It is a big one. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's Molly Mahoney. So good to see you. If you want to be reminded about other videos that we have happening, other trainings that we have happening here, give us the words remind me in the chat. Did I blend my makeup this morning? Who knows? You know why? My face has been getting so orange on this camera. And I realized it's because I have my new backlight going, which is fun, but maybe it's what's making my face turn orange when I go live. It's so good to see you. This is going to be so good. Maybe I can turn these off. Ready? There, now my face is the color it's supposed to be. I will play with that later. All right, we are covering, oh my gosh, such exciting information today. I'm going to pull this video up. Whoa. Doubling up the sound over there. Sorry. All right, I'm pulling this up so that we can get some goodness going. I'm going to forward our forwarding link so that everybody can actually join us live, which I love so much. You're here live, which is super awesome and so good to see you. Today, I'm going to be sharing exactly how we generated over $300,000 in sales in a month without a launch. So this is not about adding loads of Facebook ads. It's not about all kinds of crazy, efforted, targeted energy put into one thing. This is about consistently showing up and following a system that works. And there's some new things that I'm going to be sharing today because we really did kind of, change it up a little bit, make things even more powerful than they had been before. So I'm going to be walking you through all of that goodness. And oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Tim, great question. Tim says, I love your background. Is it a green screen? It's actually a giant backdrop and it is velvety. So it changes colors kind of, but it grabs the light so well because of that. Yeah. And it's from, like Nancy just said, it is from Erica Kirby, which is super, super, super fun. All right. I just need to focus for 1 second and update this link. I'm so cold today. My whole everything is frozen. It's so good to see you. So we're going to be covering 5 shifts that we made in order to do this. And I have to let you know also, in case you're looking at this and you're thinking 300K in a month, maybe you're thinking 300K in a month, pshaw, no big deal, yo. Okay, cool. Congratulations. I'm glad you have a really awesome magical business. If you're looking at 300K a month and you're like, that seems like a really big number, I totally got you. And I want you to know that I'm going to be sharing 2 other case studies of clients of ours who have also tripled their revenue and at all different levels, very different levels. So I'm going to show you how this will work for you in your business, no matter where you are. And if you are already crushing a 300K month, consistently without a launch, I'm sure there's going to be some nuggets for you too. So good. So good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I want to make sure I can see all your comments, all that goodness. We are live and we are going strong. Make sure that you are still here. Let's do a nugget giveaway too. Ta-da. So if you want to win a selfie light like this, it doesn't make your face orange. Then this is going to be good for you too. Give us the word nugget below as we're going through these strategies. These are brand new slides. I'm so stoked to be bringing them to you. Give us the words nugget below and share what the tip was that you learned. So give us the hashtag nuggets and then share what it was that you learned. What is up with my lighting? It is weird, McGeared. I go live right here all the time. I'm going to let it go, I promise, but it's driving me crazy. And they're not chicken nuggets. They are mental nuggets. Right? So good. And I want to let you know too, you may notice that we've got a couple of really awesome team members here in the chat. So I see that Nancy is here. So Nancy is a member of our community support team. She is doing live transcribing while we're here also, which is awesome. You may see Jordan popping in. You may see Tim. You may see Heather. We got lots of awesome people here. So as I see our team here, I will make sure that I shout them out as well. Yeah, and make sure when you share the nuggets that you that you give us what the actual hashtag was. So like Nancy just did right here, hashtag nugget, Molly uses a real background. Imagine that, right? I love it. Jennifer, this might be my favorite comment. Weird and McGeared, just so you know. Weird and orange. So strange. I'm not even doing anything and it's changing to orange on its own. I have no clue what's happening, but that's all right. The biggest nugget is that you don't need to worry about your lighting when you're doing your videos, as long as your content is rocking. And today our content is rocking. So let's just do this, right? Shout out to our awesome member, Charmaine, who taught me how to play slides in a separate window, which I love. And I do got to say, I'm real stoked about these slides. So thank you so much. If you're here with us live, you're here on a Saturday morning, which is so fun. Going to bring these slides up into the stream. We're going to jump into this. I think that we'll probably be here about an hour. Like I said, this is brand new content, so I've not even ever shared this anywhere before. Brand new, like things maybe you've never heard of before. We're going to bring it up, and I'm going to bring myself down over here. All right, here we go. Thank you, Emily, for noticing. Emily's nugget was match your hair to your background, which I've been really proud of my 2020 hairstyling abilities because I've done it all myself, which has been so good. If you're watching on YouTube, will you let me know also? I did put this on YouTube, but I didn't tell anybody it was going to be there. So that's kind of fun. Okay, here we go. We're diving in and I'm super stoked. This is how we tripled our growth without a launch. And I'm going to show you like about how long I had been trying to do this, let you know kind of the trajectory of our growth. Some of you have been following us here at The Prepared Performer from the beginning, so you've seen it. And I'm going to give you like dates so you can see exactly how long it took us to figure this out. And then I'm going to give you the plan so that you could do this too. This is something that works literally in any type of business. Really, really it does. So it's a real good one. Laura Reich, it's so good to see you. It's brand spanking new and it's real good. Okay. Also, if this is something, once you watch these strategies, you see all of this magic and you're like, holy smokes, I want help to be able to do that too. Guess what? Right away, before we go any further, I'm going to tell you how you could get that support. All you have to do is go to theglamcall.com. So this is where you can book a call with our team. And this is where you can actually learn more about how we are helping others to do this. We've got some Glam Fam members in the chat, which is so good. Theglamcall.com. And that's how you can learn how we can help you to do the same thing for your business too. Right off the bat. All right, next. My slides, where'd they go? Here we go. Okay, so these are some stats that I want to share with you. And you may have heard me talk about these stats. I had been doing some research recently as I was working to really figure out how can we make this system scale without me losing my mind, without spending $1 bajillion on Facebook ads. And these stats were very instrumental in the shifts that we made. So I wanted to share them with you right up front. Ooh, they're in the wrong order, but that's okay. The top one is what we're starting with. So 70% of buyers say that they watch a video before they make a purchase, which for us, because we help people to do video, you know, and organic social, all of that, that was a huge awesome stat for me because I was like, oh, duh, we love doing video. We love helping you to do video. 70% of buyers say they watch a video before making a purchase. That's a great stat. And then we saw this other stat that you'll see at the bottom of the screen, which was, and this was just recently put out. Oh, you can't see it because I'm blocking it. So let me remove myself for just a second. So 20% drop in the ability to close sales via social media. What? So I really dug into this stat and I was like, okay, there are so many people who now are online, right? Not only in the sense of our customers, also in the sense of, you know, I tried to bring myself back on and I clicked the wrong button. In the sense of other business owners, so other content creators who know how to use video. There's other content creators out there, right? So the ecosystem, the online space is so full. And so I went in and I thought, okay, so why has there been this drop in the ability to close sales? And what I discovered was this. One more stat I'm going to share with you, which is 82% of customers say they want to be followed up with right away. Are you following up with, let's see, like out of your customers, if you had, or let's say you had a community of 100 people, would you say that out of 100 people, you're following up with 82 of them? If you had 100 people comment on something, if you had 100 people join your Facebook group, would you consistently follow up with at least 82 of them? Probably not. And what I hear is the time that it takes. I hear the fear that you have to push through in order to follow up. And most people feel that if they were to follow up, they would be annoying someone. They would be bothering someone, right? They're missing the fact, it's over there, right? That stat over there, that 82% of people actually want us to follow up with them. So how do we actually do that without losing our mind? What we've realized is that businesses are talking at their customers rather than talking with your customers, right? We want to be having a conversation, and we want to be able to having a conversation in a way that it feels good for both parties and in a way that it's scalable. So that's really foundational in everything that we're going to be covering today. And I'm going to be bringing you 5 shifts that allowed us to generate 300K in monthly sales without a crazy launch or spending my slides. These are new slides. Like I said, it's supposed to say spending a bunch of money on Facebook ads. Clearly, I need a proofreader, but you got my point. I just want to confirm that typing mistakes lead to higher conversions and higher engagement, right? Okay. So this is 5 shifts that allowed us to generate 300K in monthly sales without a big crazy launch or spending $1 million on Facebook ads. I know that makes you go like, ooh, tell me more, right? This is what it looked like. So we did 121,000 the first week of November, then 67,000-ish the second week of November, then 67,000-ish again the third week of November, and 53,000 the last week of November. Now, I want to be very clear with you about this. You can't see the total sales. Geez, I did not optimize these slides for this presentation. I am a live video expert with an orange face and the inability to optimize my slides. Authenticity indicators everywhere. Okay, so our total sales were $308,552. Oh my gosh, so good, right? So good. And the way that we did this, I'm going to walk you through really kind of what we're selling so that you can see how, like, you know exactly what we're selling and how that mapped out. I also want to let you know that we took a week off as a team for Thanksgiving here in the States. So that means I'm just so delighted about this, because sales are really the numerical proof that you are making an impact. I used to get kind of weird talking about numbers and such, but they're really just numbers, and they're numbers that represent the lives that we're able to change in our programs, right? With our products and services. So good. So if you are a member of one of our programs, let us know that you're part of the Cam Fam or the Glam Fam, because this is all so awesome. Okay, now moving on to the next little slide. Ready? Here's where we were. I started as a vocal coach in 2013. So I had been a professional musical theater performer, moved back here in 2010 from New York. I'm in California now, and started my own business, which was called The Prepared Performer, in 2013. Then I had a complete launch failure in 2016, which was Prepared Performer Profits. I was going to teach performers how to launch a business. We had a great pilot with 15 people in it. And then I went full force, spent all this money on Facebook ads, a big old launch, and we had, 0 sales. It was very, very exciting. And it led to the launch of Camera Confidence. So right after that, I made a shift and decided, instead of teaching business or performers how to have a business, I would teach business owners how to perform. And just that one little tweak, and we launched Camera Confidence using our Sell It First method, which means we launched it at a founding member rate. And then we built it after we sold it. And those founding members are still a part of the program. The price has gone up quite significantly since then. I am freezing and excited. And so I am having a hard time speaking. Quite significantly since 2016. And we added in private consulting soon after that for performers, helping them to create powerful videos and build their business. And we hit 50K in just about 3 months. So that was pretty awesome. So we now have a method called Sell It First, like I just mentioned, where we show you how we did 50K in 90 days, which was pretty cool. We have a whole program on that as well. From there, I had our first 20K week in 2017. And I remember so clearly exactly where I was. I love sharing this part of the story with you because I think there's so many little nuggets in here. We were actually at Social Media Marketing World. I had done a masterclass that was leading to sales and camera confidence. And right at the end of the week, my friend Bruce Spur bought a selfie light. These selfie lights we sell for $20. That selfie light pushed us over the edge so that we had our first 20K week. And I will never forget how excited I was that time, that week. And my husband and my kids came down to San Diego to the Marriott Marquis at Social Media Marketing World to meet me on the last few days. And I just remember telling my husband and literally like jumping up and dancing through the hallway, like, oh my gosh, because it was so awesome and such a huge win for us, knowing that we were able to serve people at that level. Okay, from there, we had our first 100K month in 2018. And the story on this one is pretty cool because I didn't even realize we had hit 100K in sales. So I was tracking our collected revenue and I am doing all of the video things wrong. My computer is about to die. 1 second. This is awesome. Cheapers creepers. Okay, my charger was right here, just not plugged in. Okay. So I didn't even realize we had done 100K in sales, and I was on a coaching call and I was tracking my sales publicly in my coaching, my mastermind group with Adam Urbanski. And I was tracking internally my collected revenue. So Adam is looking at my numbers and he's like, excuse me, do you know that you just had a 100K month? And I was like, what? Oh my gosh, because I was focused on the actions, right? The daily stuff. And in there, we were tracking our weekly sales, similar to that screenshot I showed you earlier. So I hadn't like put the weeks together into 1 month. And it was such an awesome, huge win and discovery. And I love the fact that I just was staying consistent and committed and showing up and supporting. And that led to the results. It wasn't like I was, oh, I've got a 100K month, right? It really just happened, which was so cool. And this is Charlie, by the way, and Charlie is holding an award right here. He's holding an award that is the 100K month club that I got from our Revenue Rev Up Intensive, which was the program that I was in with Adam. So that was a pretty big win. And that was in 2018. So this is 2020. That means we hit our first 100K month. It took us 2 years to triple that, but that's okay. Right? So then in 2019, we had our first 7-figure year in sales. And this was another one where I was sitting with my friend Marilyn Aluria, and in January, I was totaling my sales for the year. Now we, like what we report in taxes and such is our collected revenue, right? So I'm talking about our sales here, not our collected revenue. And I hadn't realized that we had hit our first 7-figure year in sales either. So it was like, I did a couple little numbers there and was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, we did it. What? So I am much more on top of that now, where I'm tracking that every single week. So I know exactly where we are right now. So yes. And Barbara says, focus on the behaviors. Exactly. I love this. So good. So that was a huge win, which I realized this January that we had done that. And it was like, oh my gosh, how awesome is this? So we got to the point where we were having some pretty solid 100K months with our system. And those of you who are here, a part of our community, you know that I'm not doing these like ginormous launches. We have a very consistent, I'm not even on camera anymore, am I? Who knows what is happening? I am. Okay. I don't know why. How often have I been doing videos like every week? I'm very excited. So please understand my excitement is turning into me not knowing how to run a video. Okay. So we had been doing 100K months pretty solidly. And I decided that I wanted to be able to scale this. I wanted to be able to really take it to the next level. And so we put a couple of things in place. I worked on taking our masterclass and making it evergreen, and we really upped our Facebook ads. And we had some pretty awesome ROI on those Facebook ads going to our masterclass that wasn't live anymore. I had been doing it live every month for years, and that was leading to camera confidence. And that was working. I think we had like a 3x ROI. Oh, 3, look at that. It's a lucky number. We had 3-time ROI on our masterclass. And it wasn't leading to much more. We didn't have the systems to help move people into our other programs. A lot of people who were joining our masterclass, joining Camera Confidence from the masterclass, they were coming in on a payment plan. So while I was making more in sales, I wasn't actually collecting enough revenue to justify for me to be able to keep spending the money on those ads. And I had some coaches who were like, are you kidding me? People would kill for ads like this. Just keep spending money. And I was like, well, okay, but it's my money that's being spent, not yours. So let's actually look at this. And I do believe that there is, synergy in all the numbers coming together. And now I see that those ads have turned into more sales and more collected revenue. But at the time, I was like, I can't keep spending all this money and then not, my bridge is going to break. So we then made that shift. Now, I want to let you know before I get into the suspense of what happened from these solid 100K months into the 300K, because I have to tell you, there were some months where we dropped down to like 60K, and 60K a month may seem awesome for many of you, but for us, I have like 15 people on my team. So I have a payroll and I have all these other things. I was like, oh, okay, we've got to like fix this. So we really dug in, rearranged the way that we were doing some things behind the scenes. And that's what I'm going to be bringing you today. Now, in case, when I like this nugget, spend money to make money, because we are still doing Facebook ads. We're just not doing this huge, big launch campaign. It's a more consistent stream of Facebook ads that we have going without having to spend $1 bajillion. Okay, so those are all good. And before we go any further, now that I've given you like my full, all of the numbers from the depths of my soul, before we go any further, I want to just show you a little more about who I actually am and why maybe you can trust me. So this is me speaking at Social Media Week in Austin at the Capital Factory, which is so cool. Here's me at Social Media Marketing World. I've been lucky enough to be a part of the opening keynote there for the past 4 years, 5,000 people. I can't wait till we get back to events. I've also spoken there about video, about messenger bots, and I love that conference. You may have seen that I hosted a show for ManyChat, the Meet the Speakers series that they had for the Conversations Conference in 2019. So you may have seen me there. I also host a show for B.Live, our favorite way to go live. You may have seen me there. And maybe you saw me coming to a theater near you in the musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So that's me in the blue dress. You might have recognized that I'm a cheesy musical theater head at heart. This is me singing toot, sweet, the bonbon you blow on the whistle you eat. And my husband and I, while we were on tour with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he is a bass player. We packed everything up in our little 400 square foot apartment in New York City and moved out to California, and we launched these two. So the little chunky muffin in my husband's arms is Charleston, and Frankie is a lover boy giving me a kiss there. So good. They are now 6 and 9. And I do have to say, it's been really great to spend so much time with them this year, as much as this year has been such a cuckoo adventure. I found myself with a pile of busy balls because I literally was working 10 jobs in 10 different locations. And that's when, as I explained earlier, in 2016, I launched Camera Confidence. And then from there, Camera Confidence also led us to launch a program called GLAM. So GLAM is our year-long coaching program. That's where I was saying, if you want more information, you can go to theglamcall.com. It's a year-long VIP mastermind group coaching program where we help you to focus on getting your revenue, your visibility, your systems, and your impact in place. And I believe we're in our 3rd year of GLAM now. We have some members who have been with us consistently for 3 years now. And it's so good. It is it's just the greatest ever. I know we've got some of the GLAM fam here today, which is so awesome. So that's who we are. Oh, speaking of, here is Laura Reich. I just want to show you some of our clients, the people that we've served, not only in Camera Confidence and in GLAM, but also in some private consulting that I do every once in a while. This is Laura Reich. She is amazing. She is a Pintastic rock star. She helps you get your Pinterest lined up. This is Sarah Campbell, who is not only one of our Glam members, she's also one of our coaches in both Glam and Camera Confidence. She has a company called the Savvy Studio, where she helps music and piano voice studios to be able to build their business. She's also a piano and voice teacher. Shauna Liu, who you may have seen on the new Mickey Mouse Club. We helped him to be able to get his social media in line. He also was one of my vocal students when he was a little kid, and now he's like graduated and doing big things, and it's crazy. Selena Sue, we were able to help her with her bots and her videos. She is a publicity expert. Kim and Ryan, we helped them take their boutique from $15K a month to over $60K a month, which was so fun. Andrew Byrne, a vocal coach out in New York City, he launched a new book this year called The Singing Athlete. And whoa, it did over 2.5, his lifetime goal in sales in just 6 weeks, which I cried. So awesome. You also may recognize this guy. This is Jeff Walker, and we've been so honored to be able to help Jeff, who I consider to be really the king of launching, the OG of the OGs. And we've been able to be supporting him with their organic social, their bots, and their live videos this year, which has been so, so fun. And this is the first time I'm sharing this story. It is so good. This is Tim Hughes, who you may recognize from Hadestown on Broadway. He also is on a billboard in the middle of Times Square. You may have seen him as the tall man, not the tall man, the strong man. Sorry, he is very tall. The strong man in The Greatest Showman. He's also a very dear friend, and we helped him launch a program called the Performer's Puzzle. So as you know, the theater community, which is my people, we have been hit like harder than anyone ever could have imagined this year. And so many, I mean, all the theaters closed, right? Broadway is closed till at least June of 2021. And they're all now on unemployment permanently. Like, what are they going to do? So I helped Tim to be able to shift some things, put a membership together super easily, quickly in a Facebook group. He now has over 100 paying members in this membership called the Performer's Puzzle, which is a weekly dance class, a weekly interview with a Broadway performer, and a Facebook community. And it is the greatest thing ever. So we use the same strategies that I'm sharing with you today in order to do this. And literally it was from nothing to 100 members in just, I think it was about 3 weeks, maybe a month, 3 weeks. So if you want more information about that, you can go to performerspuzzle.com/join. And it is so awesome. Okay, as you're going to be putting these strategies into place, I do need to bring us back to the social triangle. If you've never heard me talk about the social triangle before, will you please do me a favor and just give me the word new in the chat if this is new to you? When you let me know that this is new to you, then it helps me to be able to know how deep I need to go into this. Really. I literally could talk about the social triangle all day, and I always want to make sure that we come back to it just a little bit. So here's the basics of it. When it comes to a social media platform or even a networking event in person, there are 3 things that need to be in place in order to get this to work. Okay, I'm so glad there's some of you who have not heard this before, like people that I know really well. So here's what it is. In order to get this to work, in order for the algorithm to work in your favor on a social platform or even at a networking event, I'm going to say there's kind of an algorithm that works at a networking event as well. These 3 things have to be in place. So the first thing is you have to actually show up. If you don't show up and actually put content out there, this isn't going to work. Like, if you just think that you can turn some Facebook ads on, but you're not actually doing anything else in addition to that one Facebook ad that you have running, it doesn't work. It doesn't mean that you have to go crazy and post 3 times a day. If you can post 1 time a day, if you could even post 3 times a week, that is enough to get this to work. Same thing at an in-person event. If you don't actually walk into the networking event, if you just pay the membership dues, but you don't ever go there, it's not going to work, right? We all got that? Give me got it if you got that. Okay, then number 2 is your clients. So you have to actually find the places where your clients are hanging out. And I guarantee every single one of you, there is a place online where your clients are hanging out. I'm going to say 99.9% of you, it's on Facebook. There may be 1 or 2 of you where you're going to have to search and find them on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, maybe a little forum, a chat forum somewhere. There is a place online where they are hanging out, especially now, right? They are somewhere, but you've got to do some research to figure out where that is. And then you have to actually comment on and reply to and send messages to those people. What does that do? It tells the algorithm that you're connected. It's literally like science. It's not any sort of creative thing. It is like, there is a person, you comment on their stuff, you send them a message, just like, hey, how you doing? When you send a hey, how you doing message, the algorithm knows, oh, they are connected. It's like, connect the dots, right? It's super clear. So you have to actually connect with them. Brandon Hemming, you are a rock star. It's so good to see you. Okay, so then you've got your client, right? We got that. You've told the algorithm that you're connected. Maybe you're sitting next to them at the networking event, or you're going over and saying hi at their booth or something. All right, then the platform. Now, this is a piece that a lot of people don't. Actually, all of this is stuff that a lot of people don't really think about, but this piece especially, we have to give the platform what it wants. These platforms have told us they want people on the platform longer. They want people having longer conversations. They want to focus on the connection, right? When we are on the platforms longer, what do they get? More ad space. The longer we're on the platforms, the more they can give us ads. I find I have a responsibility to keep you here on the platform and give you lots of positive goodness, right? I'm gonna like stand up for these platforms by standing for joy and keeping the positivity coming. When we do that, other people, like on this live video, for example, as you are leaving your hashtag nuggets, those are longer comments. It's not just like a yes, 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 yes. It's a nugget and a longer comment. It's telling the platform that we're having a conversation. This is the same thing as in a networking event. If someone walks into a networking event, like my local networking event is the eWomen Network. And excuse me, let's say I walked in and I was like, hey, I'm here. So I walk in. That's the first part of the social triangle. Then let's say I see someone who is a really great, perfect, ideal client for me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. We're chatting about our things that are awesome in our lives, whatever, asking questions, listening to each other. There's back and forth. And then I realized like, oh, hey, I have something I'd love to share with you. Can I take you outside and show you what it is? Can I take you over to the bar? There's this really beautiful video I want to show you. That's the same thing as you taking someone off Facebook into a YouTube video, right? Now, Diana Sabatino, our eWomen Networking, managing director of our networking event, would be like, Molly, what are you doing? Why are you taking people out of my room? If instead I said to my ideal clients, hey, let's all go to Diana's event. Diana's going to be like, thank you so much for bringing people here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes in front of the room. It's the same thing that happens on social media. Same exact thing. You show up, you tell the platform you're connected to these people by liking stuff, commenting on it, whatever, and then you feed the platform. Okay? Oh my gosh, we're probably going to go an hour and a half today. Shoot. I always do this. There's so much awesome information I want to share. So just know goodness is coming. I'll save some time for Q&A at the end too. Okay, so you got that? The social triangle matters, okay? It really matters. That is the crux of it, and it's really foundational as we move through everything else here today. Okay, I also want you to know these 5 shifts are so easy. So easy. So just say in the chat, this is so easy. If you start to feel like this is overwhelming and difficult, just remember it's simple. I have a simple plan for you. Okay, I promise. Say it's so easy in the chat just to let me feel better. I also want to remind you, this is not about more content. It may feel like I'm going live every second. It may feel like I'm creating this huge amount of content. I'm not. I'm really just reusing content very well. I've actually cut back on how often I am going live. So keep that in mind. It's about less content and more conversations. Conversations that lead to conversions when you do it strategically, the way that I'm going to show you today. Conversations that take time, right? That's where people don't do it because they're like, oh, this is too much. I can't take it. I'm going to show you how to have conversations that scale, like this guy, like Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers didn't say, hey, everybody in the neighborhood. He said, hey, you, are you having this problem? Let's go fix it. And those are the type of conversations that you're going to have in your videos, showing up and speaking to one person, just like I'm doing right now. I'm not saying, hey, everybody, let's wait until more people get on. I'm talking to you. You. I see you. Okay. Here's an example. This is a video that I did about how to avoid getting flagged for engagement bait. It had 561 likes, which is pretty awesome. It had 1,200 comments, also pretty awesome. And check this out, 81,000 views and 150 shares. Now, the shares are what's most important to me because that means that someone was willing to say, this is valuable and I'm going to share it with my community. When you share one of our videos, to me, that is the biggest honor because it means that you're willing to put your face on the information that we're sharing. So if you are so inclined to sprinkle this amongst your community, I'm so grateful. When you sprinkle this amongst your community, you click that little SHARE button, come back here and say sprinkled, and I'll give you a little shout out because I'm so grateful for the shares. I also want you to notice that these comments are longer conversational comments like I mentioned earlier. Now, we did do a Facebook ad with this. The secret is we have a Facebook ad running with this that goes for $1 a day. I'm not spending loads of money on this ad. It's out there for $1 a day, just to keep things clear and out there in the newsfeed. Okay, so these conversations sometimes feel like this. I've never used this GIF in a slide before, but I'm very excited about it. This is me and the Gilmore Girls. So that's me in the black hat in the back. I was on an episode of the Gilmore Girls a very long time ago, and this was the dance marathon episode. It's called They Shoot Gilmores, Don't They? And on this Gilmore Girls episode, they are doing a 24-hour dance marathon. And that's what it can feel like when you're trying to get this stuff in place. And that's why I have systematized it for you so you don't run out of steam. Yeah? So, are you finally ready for these 5 shifts? We shared lots of nuggets already. I wanted to make sure that you had the foundations in place. And now I'm going to bring you these 5 shifts. I'm also going to take a moment to shout out our shares. Thank you so much. Here is this Amanda Jo sprinkled Adventures in Walking. Thank you, Amanda Jo. And Alicia says, no way. That is my favorite show of all time. Yeah, real good, right? Isn't that so fun? Okay, let's go. Shift number 1 is setting a clear vision. Now, this is something that I have worked on, I'm going to say, for like my whole life. And I finally, this year, in the past few months, I finally got it together. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help you to set a clear vision and how to actually put that vision into action. So this is how you're going to be bringing your vision to life. This is something that we've made a much bigger part of our GLAM program as well. Because I recognize if you have all these strategies in place, but you don't have the commitment and the drive and the belief in your greater vision, none of those strategies matter. So the first thing is you actually set a clear vision. And Kelly, our director of education, Kelly Tenney and I, both have worked with Felicia Searcy, who is amazing at this. And she's really a coach that helps you to set this kind of stuff. And even after that, this is still something that I struggled with really solidly committing to. And sometimes I think it's because I'm happy with where I'm at right now. And so like the idea of setting a bigger vision is like, but I'm happy right now. Right? And finally, really allowing myself to dream big made so much come to life. It's like I was blocking the growth from happening because I really was saying, nope, I'm good. We don't need to grow anymore. We're good. And so when you're setting your vision, you want to set a vision around your health. So it's not only about your business, right? Your health, your relationships, your time. What would you love to happen in the world of your time and your business? And we have an exercise that we do where you set targets for each of those things, your health, your relationships, your time, and your business, which has been really, really powerful. And I've been checking back in with those every single day. And so we have a system that we call the Daily Compass, and Elizabeth, our COO, Director of Sanity, named it the Daily Compass, which I love so much. So that every morning, I used to have in my calendar every morning this quote that was about, whose quote was it? Oh my, I can't remember her name. It's a long name that starts with a G. Genevieve, maybe? Somebody will remember. But it's about my mind is a center of divine operation or something. I had it memorized. And I would say this quote every day that was like, everything that's coming out of your mind is being created so that your thoughts create your next step. And in my calendar every day at 5:30 for years, I've had that quote. And it was powerful. And I have shifted that into a quote from Gay Hendricks, which is that I should have this one memorized too, but obviously I'm too excited today. I read this quote every day, which is that we are, I want to find the actual quote. I've got it written down on a piece of paper over there. Hold on one second. I'm grabbing it. Where did it go? I set it down somewhere. All right. Well, this quote is awesome. I stepped on my mic. This quote is awesome, and I'm going to bring it to you later. Somebody from Glam, remember the quote. Tell me the quote. Okay. The quote is about basically that I am daily expanding my capacity to accept love, to accept abundance. And by doing that, I am inspiring others to do the same. And so every day I read that quote, and then I write out my daily what's going to happen. And I look at what's going to be happening in the future. I look at my targets. I look at my vision. And I look at what's on the horizon and my compass, right? So we do that every single day. From there, I also recognize that consistency leads to clarity and results. And this first shift, I'm spending a little more time on than I will on the others, because a big, huge piece of this was about me finally deciding that I'm ready for this. Like, have you really decided that you're ready for the next level of your business? If you had a 3x growth in your business, would you be ready for it? Or would things spin out of control because you haven't actually expanded the capacity for what that looks like? What would that be if you had a 3x, put a 3x growth in your business? What would that be, right? If you tripled your business growth, what would that be? Or what would be the increase in growth that you would like to see in your business? Put that in the chat. And the consistency of showing up with this as a habit every day leads to clarity and results. It's showing up and just doing the thing. It's not showing up and expecting something to drastically change tomorrow. It's just showing up and doing the thing. Then surrounding yourself with the right people. So I made a decision, and I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, you know what? I'm going to squeeze everything I can out of this turnip. I made sure that I was going to decide to connect with the people that I knew would be able to help me to be able to move to that next level. And so I did that. I, showed up in masterminds. I actually participated in 3 masterminds this year, which is more than I've ever done in the past, because I knew that I needed some support in terms of getting our sales team in place, in terms of really expanding my ability to believe what's possible. So that has been a huge thing for me as well. And then separating the intention from the objective. So that's kind of what I was saying earlier, that when you show up and you do the things, you're not expecting the result to happen right there. It's the same as in the world of performers. When you go to an audition, you don't hear back sometimes for months, but you show up, you put it out there, and you hold the possibility as possible. It's so often I see business owners who will do 1 video, or they'll send 3 messages and they won't get the result that they want, and then they give up. It doesn't work if you do that. So it's separating your intention, which is to connect, which is to make an impact, separate from your objective, which may be to make sales. Make them 2 separate things. Keep moving forward, keep going, get the clarity, make the tweaks, and that's when it leads to results. And then to find a solution, you want to put yourself in a mindset where you are able to find the good in everything. And I know it's not always easy. I have this method that I've used for years called the method, FTT, which is face it. If a problem happens, oh my gosh, this problem has happened. Feel it, allow yourself to experience the pain or the, confusion, overwhelm, frustration, and then twist it. So you ask yourself, how do I make this a positive? And you twist it. And like I said, I know I'm spending a little longer time on this, but if you don't get this piece in place, the rest of it doesn't work. Full stop. So seeing how can you twist this situation? And then the final T is to thank it and be so grateful that this thing happened so that you could experience this new level of success, or you could learn this new lesson or find this new sense of clarity. Really, really good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, and if you can't see that possibility, that is something that we would love to hold for you. My favorite thing is to hold that faith, that possibility for you. So I've shared this before. This is from one of our Glam members who also is now a member of our team, because I'm obsessed with her and she's so amazing and valuable and powerful in the world. And when she first joined us, she said, I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to make the second payment. And I said, you don't need to worry about that right now. If you don't have the faith yet, we'll hold it for you. And she shared a year later that her business has exploded. And that a big piece of that was because I was willing to hold that faith for her. So it doesn't need to be me, but find someone who can hold the faith for you and be like a faith holding buddy team, right? Somebody else can hold that faith for you, which is so good. So good. I love it. Okay, shift number 2. Now, this is a big one. And I actually did this for myself with my family at an Airbnb in Palm Desert. So Kelly and I took our families to Palm Desert for a week to like get out of our houses. And Kelly and I have been double bubbling and we worked out there. And one of the things that I worked on out there was this piece, which I created a training and templates and all this for our glam fam, which they know this. I actually was creating it for myself because here is the problem that I realized. Okay. Once you start bringing in amazing leads and your growth starts happening and your visibility starts working, it's awesome. It's like, cheers, here's the champagne. And then it feels like this GIF on the right where you are throwing the champagne all over the floor. This champagne is literally spilling all over the floor and there's no way to keep up with it. So what I had to do was I had to say, stop, honey, stop. Because we used our systems that we teach you to put all this in place. And we had so many people that we couldn't. It went back to that stat that I shared with you in the beginning, that 82%, we were following up with maybe 10% of the people that were coming in, which is so sad. We were spilling champagne all over the floor. So we stopped our little dance party, our little bot party, and we turned it into this. I took all of our resources, all of our opt-in pages, all of our magic, and I put it into a spreadsheet, which the Glam Fam has seen, this spreadsheet that follows this journey. So this journey starts, your ideal client finds you in this awareness point. From here, they usually move through some sort of consideration phase, which is when they give you their email address, their phone number, whatever, all that stuff. They join your Facebook group. Then there's some sort of nurture sequence, some sort of follow-up, and then it leads to a sales page. Now, there are many times where people will come through this awareness point and they'll go broop, right ahead to this part, to the sales page part, which is awesome, right? And then from there, you'll have a thank you page, some sort of welcome experience. And then you want to recognize this is the opportunity to elevate them to the next step in your business, which brings them back into that awareness. They're now learning about your next level of your program, and then they buy again. Or they bring in referrals. What was happening for us, and honestly, what I think happens for most people who have a business, even those who have a very successful business, is as you're growing, you start just to create new things and you don't even remember what you've created half the time. And now you have, like, for example, if you Google tap dancing terminology, I am the first page to come up because back in 2013, when I first launched my business, I was really good at SEO. I created loads of Pinterest pins. We get traffic every day from a Pinterest pin that I put up, which is what to wear to a Pippin audition. Now that's awareness that I don't actually want anymore, right? But it's still working. That stuff continues to work on its own. So you've got to do something to corral that information and make sure that you are guiding people where you want them to go. So this is something that we've put together in a full system. We have templates that go with each stage of this. And it all came because I took my own stuff and I was like, okay, I've got to clean this up, right? So we did a full internal audit, which I know is partially what led to our sales dropping, because I pulled myself away from some stuff. You probably didn't notice, but I pulled myself away from some things and really focused on getting the systems in place behind the scenes. And then after we did that, that's what helped us to be able to scale to the next level. So take a screenshot of this one and see if you can do your own checklist, or if you want support with this, book a call and we can help you put this together. Okay, shift number 3. Now, this is something that I in the past have done really well. And then as things grew, it was like it kind of filtered off to the side. So when members join our Glam program, they get this laminated sheet that says daily star tasks. And your star tasks are the things that you do daily, right? That's why they're called daily star tasks. So we're going to go over them. These can be done in 5 to 20 minutes a day. I'm going to go over the acronym of what STARS stands for, and I'll show you a little bit about the system that we teach, that we have inside our GLAM program, that allows you to do this without really thinking about it. It doesn't need to be something that's like charged with emotion. It's just you're showing up and doing it. So they are STARS tasks. STARS tasks for follow-up. And this is really what unlocks that social triangle. Now, if I could tell you, I'm not going to show you it yet, but if I could tell you something that you could implement in 20 minutes a day in order to allow you to show up in front of your ideal clients. And this doesn't even have to do with your videos. Your videos are separate. So like going live, that's a whole separate thing that I think you should do. But this piece, you can do it from in bed, underneath the covers. You don't need to get on camera. All you do is just a few simple tasks in 20 minutes a day. Would you do that? I want to know. These are so easy. They're so simple. We make them seem difficult, even though they're very simple. Okay, here it goes. Number 1, set your intention. That goes back to that first thing about your vision, right? Every day you're setting your intention so that you have some sort of compass as you move through your day. Number 2, talk to a certain number of people. So on this checklist that we give them, it has a little space there. How many people am I going to talk to today? I'm going to say most of you talk to no people a day. So set the goal for how many people you're going to talk to. And talking to people doesn't mean that you're being a weirdo. It means that you're just talking to people. I'm talking to you right now. Right? I mean, like actually talking to people, like in like sending messages, replying to comments, stuff like that. Right? Okay. Then asking for the opportunity. So this is actually making offers. And what I see happen when people, like, let's say join Camera Confidence and they implement the Map to Millions and they start putting their videos out there, they're not doing these pieces. And so it doesn't always turn into sales because they're not actually following up. And people will say to me, well, I don't have anybody to talk to. I guarantee you, like, full effing stop. If I was with you on a call and you screen shared your Facebook profile, I would find at least 10 people for you to talk to who are potential ideal clients right then and there, every day, full stop. You may have some stories around why you shouldn't be talking to them, but I wouldn't believe your stories. Okay, so you identify how many opportunities you're going to ask for. Okay, and then you refer and you get referrals. So by putting out positive energy, by sending a message to someone, like if I messaged Kristen and said, hey, Kristen, I'm looking to send, I'm on a mission to send a referral a day for this month. Is there anybody that you're looking to connect with? I would love to connect you with somebody. What does that do? It opens up the magic of abundance in the universe. Whether or not you believe it, it does. It opens up the conversation. It opens up the ability for her to write back to you and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'd love to refer someone to you. It is easy. Easy, easy, easy. It's so easy. 20 minutes a day. Most people don't do it. They prioritize spending 3 hours on a graphic that they're going to post and then never do anything with. Like it's going to be posted one day and then never get seen again, which is so dumb, honestly. What are you doing? But it's what we're told. We're told like, oh, we need to make these fancy graphics. Like I am proof today that you can do a video that's a hot mess and still have it work, right? Okay. It's not a hot mess. This video is very valuable. Okay. And then the final thing is to share value or a personal story. Now, I have allowed myself to learn how to love writing. I love writing longer posts now. I did not start off that way. I hated writing when I first started my business, like to the depths of my soul. And I love it now. That being said, you don't have to write really long posts. One personal story, for example, I shared, it had 2 lines. It said, Frankie's teacher, : what does your mom do for business? Frankie, : I think she owns Facebook. Now, this post is a perfect example of the way that you can use these STAR tasks. So I'm going to show you our some of the ways that you can put these STAR tasks together in just a minute. And I'm going to give you a little forward nugget ahead of that right now, which is this is like a real good nugget. Okay. Are you ready for it? Real good. It's so good that I'm going to go full screen. Whoa. So if you every day, every morning, you go into your memories on your Facebook profile, you'll see all of the things that you've posted over the past however many years you've been on Facebook. And in addition to that, if you also save some of the top posts that have worked well for you, just save them in a browser folder, bookmark them on your browser. If you go and you comment on those posts that have done well in the past, you will be able to wake them up so they start to show up in the news feed. So I recently have gone back to that post that says my mom owns Facebook, whatever, and I commented on it maybe like 11 weeks ago. Then recently I shared this with our community and I was like, look what happened when I commented on this, it brought it back to life. When I shared that, I think because I had reshared this post, not reshared, I didn't reshare, sorry. I had woken up the post by commenting on it and maybe sending an email to it. Like, huge way to increase your organic reach is by sending an email. Even if you send that email to 10 people, send an email to that post rather than hitting the share button on Facebook. And because then Facebook sees that you're bringing them organic traffic back to the social triangle. You are unlocking the social triangle. So this is a writer downer. This is like a pack your bag moment. And I still have 2 more shifts coming. So if you go to the post like that, I told people about this post. One of our members, Mandy Jo, I think it might've been you actually, went and commented on it. Her commenting on it woke it back up again. We went from, when I first showed that, we had 382 likes, I think, which was a big deal for me. It's way over 440 likes now, because simply by commenting on it, it puts it back into the news feed. And I thought you said popcorn old posts, Amy, but yes, this is so good. This is so good right here. It's a real good nugget. And guess what? Most people aren't disciplined enough to do it. I have really committed to this for the past several weeks. Every single day, I go in and I wake up my memories. It's been so fun because I see awesome things that I love, all like memories that I've loved. There's been some memories that I don't love as much, which has been interesting and reflective as well. But for the most part, it's been awesome. So a little nugget that goes a real long way. Those are your stars tasks. Do them every day. Now, a lot of people get like hung up on what they should say. And that's where we have templates. We have frameworks for making it easier. The core of it is this. Okay. Speaking of frameworks, number 4 is simple, sexy, scalable. Can you guess the next word? I'm going to take some water. What do you think the next word is? I love these nuggets. Joanne says, great question. How do you send an email to an old post or to a post? You just grab the link from it. This is something we do a lot. Like, for example, the link for this video, I forwarded it here. It's molly.live/300. We'll take you right to this video, but I just grabbed the link from Facebook and then I created a forwarding link. You don't have to create a forwarding link. You can just copy the link off Facebook and then send people to it. Really, really good. Okay. Do we have guesses of what this is going to be? Maybe you've guessed and we just have so much of a delay. So I'm going to go on. Simple, sexy, scalable systems. So we got some real good systems up in here, like real good systems. And I'm going to share some of them with you. I want you to know systems give you confidence, because if you have the systems in place, you know that you can show up on top of them and like do your razzle dazzle. But if you're trying to bring some of this stuff in place and you've got champagne literally spilling all over the floor, your razzle is not going to dazzle. That is the best metaphor ever. I really should have done a vocal warm up today because I just said metaphor. I do not know what's wrong with my speaking skills. Okay. So good, right? Ooh, and Nancy, I mean send an email to the post. And Nancy had said not to the post. I mean create an email linking to the post, like send them to the post. I'm just catching comments. Sorry, focus, Mahoney. Okay, systems, they give you confidence because if you have the systems in place, then everything else can work on top of it. It is magic, 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 magic. Here are some of the systems that we have in place. The first one is you use your friends lists on Facebook, and we're already over the hour, so I don't have time to go into exactly how we do this, but you take your friends on your Facebook profile, and you can organize them into friends lists. They don't know which list they're going on. It's a way internally for you to categorize it, right? The next thing is your bookmarks. So we have, and I'm going to show you a screen share in just a moment. If you bookmark I'll show you some of mine. We bookmark our star tasks, bookmark important things in your business, clean up your bookmarks bar. Most people's bookmarks bars are a hot mess. Okay, the next thing is Slack. I'm obsessed with Slack. So Slack is what we use for our internal messaging. Even if it's just you, if you are a team member of one, keep things organized in your own Slack channel. So on our Slack, I just did a video for one of our Glam members, a little secret video showing him what we had for our Slack channel. And it's a way to have separate messaging conversations that are organized based on what you're doing in your business. That way, things don't fall through the cracks. Okay, and then get a CRM in place. So CRM is for client, customer, whatever word you choose to use, relationship management. So it's the way that you organize the conversations. It's the way that you organize the client journey. And honestly, what I'm about to show you has been such a huge game changer for us. And I'm going to show it to you right now. So I'm going to hide this screen, remove, and I'm going to screen share my Facebook profile because I'm going to show you what we finally discovered that actually changed our life. So, oh my gosh, I've never done it on a live video before. I think I was going to try and do it on this video. I think that would probably be too crazy. So I am going to show you behind the scenes exactly like game changing on how we were able to scale to this level. You're going to freak out if you haven't seen it, if I haven't shown you this before, and I probably haven't. So in the past, what we did is we had spreadsheet after spreadsheet after spreadsheet. We're using, we've used HubSpot. We've used all these different things. And the problem is when you are connecting with people on social media, the problem is that it's really easy for things to get lost. And I have to share with you that just this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, Mahoney, that is a big bottle of champagne that you left sitting on the floor. So in February, I had an event that I spoke at in Florida, Austin, San Diego, all within like 3 weeks. It was crazy and awesome. And then I hosted right after that an event at my own house. So it was 4 events back to back to back to back. And so that was February. Cut to yesterday, one of our amazing Glam members who's also done some work for us internally. She's an amazing Facebook ads genius. She connected us with a client who needed help with their organic social. They have a group of 50,000 people. They have been spending loads of money in Facebook ads, and they're converting, but not as well as they want to. So we're going to help shift their organic into place. So we're on this sales conversation yesterday, learning about each other. We end up deciding, this is a true story. We decide we're going to work together for 3 months. They pay in full. It's all awesome. This morning, one of these amazing humans sends me a message on Facebook, and it's like, hey, I want to connect you with our team member. And then I realize I am friends with her on Facebook, which I did not realize when I was on the call with her. And I had done like research on their business, but I didn't catch the fact that we were connected personally. Then I look up, she had messaged me in February saying that she wanted to work together. That is the problem that we fixed with what I'm going to show you right now. And now that we are getting this cleaned up, we're able to actually serve the people who have asked us if we could work together. And I had replied to her and asked her some questions, but I totally left her hanging, which goes back to that thing that I was sharing in the beginning, the fact that, I'm going to close that message, which is about an amazing event that one of our Glam members is doing. So, ta-da. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, this is a post that I did today about the fact that I'm speaking at traffic and conversion. Oh my gosh, so thrilled about this. If you are not already going, get your ticket now. Give me the word ticket below. I'll get you information. Okay, so there's 15 people who have commented on this post. I'm going to expand this. I posted this early this morning. So I haven't replied back to very many of these people yet. Okay. Now what happens is oftentimes when people get people commenting on a post, or when people get likes on a post, or you do a live video and you get comments, it's like, I don't have time to go reply to all those people. Now you do. Watch. You click this little link right here. And I'm going to show you how you can actually do this for yourself. It will change your life. It's going to say validating subscription for just a moment. And hopefully it works. I have a lot on my computer right now. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is it is going to hover over every person inside this group. Oh my gosh. This happened yesterday when I was trying to show it too. And then it worked at the end of, eventually I refreshed it. Okay. So it's going to validate its life. Come on. Come on. I'm refreshing it. What it's going to do is it's going to add a little icon. It's called the hero icon, and it's going to add this hero icon next to every single person. All you got to do is refresh. It's magic. So watch. That hero icon is being added next to every person that has commented on our post. Okay. Do you see this? I need to make sure that I can see the Be Live screen so I can see your comments. Okay. You didn't see what I clicked. So Flora says, oh no, you just reminded me of someone who contacted me months ago and I was suggested I get on a wait list. Oh my gosh. Thank you, girl. Flora, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So in here, I clicked this little guy right here. If you want this tool, just go to molly.live/awesome. It will change your life. So I clicked this little tool, this little extension right there. It's called Group Track. It was created by Jenna Larson and Nate Jass. Jenna is our one of our glam members. She also is a friend of mine from junior high, which is amazing. And she created this cool tool. So it adds this little guy here. Now, if you hover over this person's name, it will tell you what stage they are. Oh, my logo is in the way. No, it's not. You can see it. It's that little, let me show you again. This little guy right here, this little thing at the very top. It's a little yellow icon. The logo is not in the way. There's nothing you need to see over there. It's right to the left of the logo. The link is molly.live/awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We got such amazing community, awesome people here. Okay. So when this happens, and I'm going to show you mine because it's not right, because it's mine and I use it as an example. So it automatically tells my team that we sent a message. Everybody on my team can see this without logging into my personal Facebook account, because if you have people log into your Facebook account, you can get your Facebook shut down. Just this week, a very dear friend of mine who is a superstar prominent person told me that she lost her ads account because, and finally they got it back. And then she had a separate account that was like a fake name account so that she could use it for other stuff like this. And Facebook totally did all the things, made her show her license, all of that. You cannot share your Facebook login. It is against policy and it is a problem. This is not against policy. You are simply collecting the information that is public and it puts it into a separate CRM. And the link is posted in the chat. The link is in the chat. Okay, so watch. If I click on this, I hit view notes and info right here. I can then see, are they one of my power partners? Are they glam? Are they in my free group? Are they camera confidence? Are they the holding tank, which is like the open area that's anywhere, so they don't have to be in your actual groups? Are they part of our Messenger Automation Academy? And I can see the stage of their business. So like mine should actually be team member. Then check this out. I can tag people based on what they have requested. So if they have requested, for example, information about this video where I'm showing you how we did a 300K launch, you can tag them here. Everyone on my team then can see where they're at. I can tag people by their pain points. Now, this system, whether you're using a tool like Group Track, whether you're using a tool like HubSpot, whether you're using a spreadsheet, we've used all of the things, whether you're using a piece of paper, it doesn't work unless you have the strategy behind it and you actually follow the system. So for us, it was a combination of getting that strategy in place, really being clear about who we're serving, and using this actual system. I know, and Jenna is amazing. Let me make sure you can actually see this. Yeah, okay. So this is on my personal profile. So this also, I just need to keep in mind, this is something that you could use for evil. you want to make sure that you use it for good. Okay. We're only using this stuff for good. It's a huge piece of why I believe this works, because I am showing up as a human that cares. I'm not being a creeper. Okay. So here I can set all these things. Now you want to see it get even cooler? I now can send a message or a snippet, and I have all of, now some of you have gotten these messages from us, so I am revealing a very big secret. All of our messages are laid out right here. So if someone says they want my traffic and conversion training, where I showed you how to turn one piece of content into 100 pieces of content, look, hi, I saw you wanted the repurposing training for TNC. Here's the link to register. I'm sorry, what? Now watch this. I could click it something else. Let's do this one. Okay, now I'm going to click back to that one. Oh, maybe it didn't change. There's 3 different versions of this in there. I'm like trying to trick the system. Do you see this? Yeah, Stacy, this is what I'm saying. You don't. So Stacy said, what if you have a social media person posting for you to help with social media? Don't they need your Facebook login access? No, I'm here. No, you do not want them to log in through your personal Facebook profile. They can post on your business page by logging in and posting as your business. But if you give out your personal Facebook profile, the problem is, here's where it gets tricky. The problem is, if you give out your personal Facebook profile, when they log in, Facebook can see that they're logging in from a different location. Even if you use a system, which they call a VPN, which hides the location that you're logging in from, if someone is logged in through a VPN that you're logged into, so it looks like, let's say you're both logging in Los Angeles, even though that person's actually in the Philippines, and then you go and you check your phone shows that you're logging in somewhere else. So it flags it, and it looks like you've been hacked, and your whole account can get shut down. So a big thing for us, like one of my biggest problems, and there's so many things that Group Track can do, but to highlight like why we're doing this, one of my biggest problems was I couldn't keep up with the awesomeness that we had created. And I'm hoping that that is something that happens for you as well. And I think honestly, for a lot of people, simply setting the system in place is too much when they want to focus on other stuff. And they want to focus on having a life, and they want to focus on actually, serving their clients. So what we've done is we've systematized this in a way that it doesn't all fall on me. There's no way I could have done what we did last month if it was just me. And if it was just me, I would have to have these systems in place in order to make it work. Otherwise you'd like collapse. And so, so we set up the messages inside Group Track ourselves, and inside Glam, we actually have a Glam version of it where I can transfer messages and the stages to you. So Glam members, I haven't given it to you yet. I showed it to Jordan last night, and it is real good. So as a part of this, we also then brought our team into it, and our team, we are elevating as the actual humans that they are. It's not like they're pretending to be me. Nothing that I want to do here is ever about pretending to be something that we aren't. Obviously, as you've seen me like trip and fall down. So, but like I can say that, Jordan is a member of our community team. He's also coaching. And if he sends you a message, he's part of our team and he's an extension of me. He has all the information to get you to help support you. Nancy is a member of our community who's been a member. I just tried to bring you up on the screen and it didn't work. What happened? Here. Yeah. Nancy is an amazing community manager and also can be out there as a part of our team, helping you to get the support, get your questions answered, right? It's so possible. And you can do it. Like when I first started out with this, I had, sometimes you can find, there's so many ways that you can find people who want to do this, like so many ways. It's amazing. So they can use your business account. Yes. And then they can go in through Group Track. Totally. Yeah. And this is funny, actually. So Jordan always says it's him, which he does, even if he's sending a message through the business page. And the funny thing is Jordan owns a boutique with his wife. And a lot of people think Jordan is a woman, but Jordan is a man, and he may message you on our behalf, along with Heather and Tim and other people who are here keeping you supported. Okay, are these good nuggets? Are you loving these nuggets? Oh my gosh, I got a little bit more to go. We got a little bit more to cover. So I just wanted to show you kind of the start of how that works. There's so many other things that you can do with Group Track. And then I didn't show you this, but you can see them on your side in the CRM side of things. And it's so awesome. It is like amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, I'm going to bring my slides back up. Should I keep going or do you feel like you're full? Let me know. Are you full? Should I keep going? Do you want to see more? Because there's one more slide that's real. There's one more nugget that's real good. Lots of nuggets, but one more strategy that we're going to share. Okay, here it is. And if you want that group track CRM, which was created by Jenna, oh my gosh, so awesome. And Nate, who's developed the whole thing. It's just go to molly.live/awesome. And this is a partner link that I have. It shows them that I'm sending you their way. I just want them to know that I'm obsessed with them. Okay. My slides are right here. All right. I want to tell you about Laura Reich. So Laura and I were chatting the other day. She has been a member of our Glam program for 3 years now. And these are her numbers. Oh my gosh. So these were her monthly averages. These were her highest months. So in 2019, her highest month was about 5,000, right over 5,000, 5,820. She, like I said earlier, Laura, are you still here? I don't know if you are, but she can do all of your Pinterest magic. She is amazing at Pinterest. She also really helped me to clean up what the heck I was supposed to do with all of these Pinterest pins that were bringing us traffic that I didn't want. So she is like the go-to person when it comes to Pinterest. Last year, using these strategies, which I'm about to share with you, she took her awesomeness to 27K, which is amazing. That was May. That was this year. Oh my gosh. Last year was 2019. This year, we are recording this at the very end of 2020. So if you're watching this in 2021, just a little bit in the replay. So she hit 27K in October. She hit 22K. And right now she's still consistently around 17 to 20K months. And one of the things that I love the most about what Laura has done is that she's going to have a baby next month. And she has set things up. So her systems, the reason I'm highlighting her here is that her systems are in place to be able to allow her to actually take some time off and still have her business run, which is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shift number 5 is the spaghetti launch. I'm going to teach you this for the first time ever. Here's why I call this the spaghetti launch. Now, when you think of a big launch, it takes loads of prep. I mean, I have been involved in Selena's launches, Jeff Walker's launches, as a partner for Ryan Levesque's launches, Todd Herman's launches, all of these really amazing Marisa Murgatroyd. I have seen mega launches, Pete Vergas, all of these from behind the scenes where they do like $3 million, crazy numbers, $1 million here, 7,500,000 bajillion dollars there, like major. And it's awesome. And I decided in September, I don't want to do that. Like someday I maybe next year, now that we have these systems in place. We were supposed to do a big launch in October. And in September, I was like, you know what? 2020 has been hard enough and I don't want to work that hard. So I said, I'm not doing it. And my friend Shameca at the time was planning an event, which was awesome. And she did $750,000 in her event. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm not doing my event. And she was like, what? And I said, yeah. And I said, I'm sure I'm going to have all sorts of FOMO when it comes to your event, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And it was, and I'm still not doing it. So I decided not to do it. And instead, what I did was a spaghetti launch. So I put all of my focus on our clients, on serving our Glam members, on my family, on myself, on my life, on enjoying our pool, right? Like the things that I could do as a human. I do love working. So I did work. And then I decided I'm going to do this launch that's going to be easy. It's not going to take a lot of prep. I don't have to have 500 affiliates and an affiliate manager. I don't have to spend $1 bajillion on Facebook. But what I'm going to do is I am going to create a domino. We talk about dominoes a lot in Glam. So I'm going to create a domino that allows people to open the conversation so that we can talk to them about what we offer. And so what I did was I started with our Map to Millions. And our Map to Millions is something that I do every week, very consistently. I recently, honestly, like the past couple months, I've kind of shifted it to every other week, but that's because I've been doing this for 4 years. So if you're just getting started, do it every week. I'm going to show you the Map to Millions really quickly. So I had consistent videos going out there. And then I took an idea and I threw it on the wall. And that is why I'm calling it a spaghetti launch, because it's just like, you throw some things out there. It's strategic, but it's not like crazy efforted. So here is the Map to Millions. Very basic. I schedule a video simply kind of like I did today, schedule a video on my business page, and then I use the APR method, which is announce, pretend, repurpose. If you're in Camera Confidence, there's a full guide, a checklist that walks you through this inside the CamFam guide. Nancy will tell you, it's in the guide. Everything on how to do this is in Camera Confidence. You start by announcing, so you set your weekly schedule, you do a Facebook comment post, you tell your friends and your power partners, send an email, blah, 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 blah. You do the video, you then collect emails, phone numbers, and you send people to your Facebook group. Build the real relationships. It's very streamlined once you actually put it into action. And you do it consistently. You bring in more of a community. You start to build the relationship because you're talking to people every week, right? Then you take that content and you repurpose it. Now, this is something that we built up over time. So like when Tim launched his membership, he didn't have all this stuff repurposed. He hadn't even had the idea. It was like a week when he launched it, right? Over time, now even just over a month or so, he started to build out all of this. I think he launched his in October. So it's been a couple of months now. And now he has loads of content that he's repurposed. So this system is, a lot of this is taught inside Camera Confidence. And then we have now, thanks to the spaghetti launch, a separate little membership course that teaches you how to create all these yellow bubbles that are everywhere. Okay. I know it may make you feel like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, right? So what I want you to realize is this. I go live every week. I'm providing value. It takes me maybe 2 hours a week when it comes all said and done between the announcing, the doing the video, and the follow-up. My goal is that you can do it all in 20 minutes a day. You don't have to do an hour-long video. I do an hour-long video. Okay, then I decided I want a reason to be able to talk about our other programs. And I know when I show people this, they see all those yellow bubbles and they're like, how do I make those yellow bubbles, right? How do I repurpose my content? How do I have less content and more conversations? By creating repurposed content, right? So this is what I decided for my spaghetti launch. I was like, I'm going to do 3 videos, and they're going to be videos that show you how to repurpose your content. At the end of this 3-day thing, the beginning of the 3rd video, the 3rd day, the end of the 3 days, the beginning of the video, I said, here's the thing. Many people have been asking, will this be available after these 3 days? And I said, it's going to be up for a few days and then I'm taking it down and I'm going to give you the opportunity to buy it. Would you want that? Everybody's like, yes, 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 because I'm actually showing up and providing value and solving a problem, right? All the things we know we need to do. I sold. Now we are over this. This information is old. I had it here from another slide that I had done before. We've now sold over 250 spots in our content repurposing magic program. The video, the program is not fully built out yet. Oh my gosh, we have like 5 videos that are going up in it this weekend. We sold it at a founding member rate. Through doing this spaghetti launch, I did 3 videos. Like I said, it wasn't majorly efforted, 3 videos. The 3rd day, at the beginning of the 3rd video, I said, do you want the replay of this? You can buy it and I'll give you some extra trainings and bonuses. I'll build out a couple more trainings later for it. We sold it that day. We sold it that day for $27. Since then, it's now, as of like right now, I think it's about 40. And every week we've been raising the price on Sunday. So now we've sold about 250 spots. Here's the thing. I created a new product without having a new product simply by doing this spaghetti launch. And that spaghetti launch was hugely responsible for me being able to welcome so many new people into our GLAM program and other private clients, private consulting clients. We have a 3-month program that we do, which is like the higher level than GLAM. We brought in about 3 of those recently also. So through doing this, it gave me the chance to talk about our stuff. And then we have Group Track. We have a team now. It could be just you, but we have a team now that follows up with people. And so this domino allowed us to really take it to the next level. It's so good. Brandon says, holy cow, this is amazing. You're giving me so many ideas. I'm right here. My head is spinning, right? It wasn't hard though. It was just show up and share what I already knew how to do, right? And then follow up. And the follow-up piece, I think, is really where we were lacking, even though I would talk about it all the time, because I simply didn't have the systems or enough octopus arms to make it happen, right? So good. Is this good? I think this is so good. And remember, it may seem like a lot as I'm sharing this with you. It's so easy. And it comes in layers. It's like a lovely parfait. It comes in layers. So you don't have to be expected to do it all the time. And inside our glam program, which Brandon, you know this, we have these client journeys and these client journey templates. So as you're building all of this out, we have templates, scripts, and they're not like scripts, they're like blueprints, but we have like Mad Lib style things that you can adjust to make your own. We even have a version of Group Track that we're going to be giving you next week, where you can literally just copy Group Track and put it into your own system. Because I know that fear and stuff comes up. So I have worked my tuchus off for 3 years to put all this stuff together to make it easy for you. And whether or not you have all those templates, if you don't actually show up, nothing happens with this. You have to actually show up to make it happen, right? And team, yeah, Emily. So that's actually been a huge thing where I was able to bring it to, so Emily had said, and team, right? I was able to bring it to that 100K place, not on my own. Kelly runs a lot of the calls in glam. Like we've slowly been building it all out. Elizabeth does this awesome, we probably brought it to I should go back and look at that, like what level we were at with different team members that we had. So I think we were probably around like maybe 250 with just a few people. And now at this point, we've been able, and I will say this is one of the things that I was thinking about it again this morning. My vision has shifted. And yes, I'm so honored and committed to the results of our members. But and I'm going to cry about it, but in the past month, I was able to hire both of my dance partners from the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang National Tour. And I was doing an interview with an agent, a musical theater agent, who's a really good friend of mine, Anthony Boyer. And I said, it's like for a whole year, basically for 9 months, both of them literally lifted me above their head every single day, like physically over their heads. And okay, so I now am at a point where not only am I able to support our clients, but I'm able to lift them in a time when our industry, the theater industry, is literally screwed. And I'm able to recognize the value that they have and to be able to hire them and bring them on our team, to be able to give them not only the knowledge and the energy and the positivity of what we have here at the Prepared Performer, but also to pay them. And so it's like so amazing. I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. So it shifts things for you when you're able to step into that place as well, right? It's amazing. So all the tears. Okay. It's so good. Oh my gosh. And I have such a big announcement coming tomorrow about what we're going to start doing on Mondays as a part of that. Oh my gosh. Yes. Alicia says, I just gave to Broadway Cares this week. It's so much. Okay. It's so good though. And now I'm so stoked that we're able. So here's my little announcement about Monday. We're going to start. I hired Tim Hughes, who has this performer's puzzle. I hired him to do a dance class for the Prepared Performer community every Monday morning because I want to dance more. And so he is going to host we're going to have a Find Your Groove show starting on Monday that anybody who wants to come, totally free for everybody else. I'm paying Tim to do it. And we're going to do a little Find Your Groove motivation moment, like 10, 15 minutes on our business pages. And then we're going to move into a Zoom room where everybody can dance to get their Monday started with movement. I'm so grateful. Like all the tears. Oh my gosh. I know. I haven't told anybody yet. Like I've told my team. I think some of my team members think I'm crazy, but I don't care. It's my vision. So it's like, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. It's going to be so fun. Yeah. So we're going to do it every Monday morning at 9 Pacific. We'll start at 8:45 on the business page. And then at 9, we'll move into Zoom. It's going to be so good. Yes. So fun. Yeah. So it's going to be so fun. Okay. So the thing is, you have to actually show up or this stuff doesn't work. Full stop. It does not work if you don't show up. So that is how we tripled our growth without a launch. I'm going to go through these 5 steps again, which thank you so much for being here with me as I shared this all week. I've been like, oh my gosh. I mean, I told Jordan yesterday, I was like, I have all of this information in my head. There's so much that I'm excited to share. And how do I put this all together? So it has been such an honor to share this with you. This is a little recap, and I've got a couple more nuggets coming. because I always love all the nuggets. So you set your vision, and then do the strategies that I shared with you earlier to really make that happen. You map out your client journey and then do an audit internally for yourself. And if you need help with that, if you need help with your vision, if you need help with your client journey, we've got so many templates and coaches who can help you to do that. Your daily star tasks, they are daily for a reason, right? You're sending out ships instead of just waiting for your ship to come in, as Chili Campbell says. And then simple, sexy, scalable systems, right? We have so many of those. On our last Glam event, we gave our full operations manual in a Google Drive form as a template for you. People were freaking out, losing their minds. And then the third thing is the spaghetti launch, which combines the magic of the Map to Millions with this idea that you really just throw something up there and then potentially sell it as a product. See if it sticks. If it's sticking, hey, I could offer this as a product. Amazing, right? So good. So I'll always want to make sure that you have an action step from all of our trainings. So how will you actually put this into action? And here is how we suggest you do that. The first thing is, have you decided to set your vision? Like, really? And I will say, even though I've had that vision thing in the top of my calendar for years, I have never been as committed to it as I am now. And I know that that is a big piece of why we were able to hit this goal. All right. Important. So have you decided? Give me the word decide if you've decided. If you've decided to set it, maybe you're not even clear on it yet, but you've decided to set it and commit to it. The next thing is you want to look at your business and do that client journey audit. Are you guiding your potential clients down an actual path? Or are you guiding them in all different directions? Yeah. And you may find that you have to take a month or two like we did where our sales dipped because I knew that it was important for me to get my shiz together. I was like, we can't keep doing this. I've got to clean this stuff up, right? I love all these decisions. So good. And then do you have systems in place? So when people are coming in, do you have a system for following up? Or are you realizing, like I did this morning, like, oh my gosh, I talked to that person in February and I never got back to them. Maybe it's group track. Maybe it's something like HubSpot. Maybe it's a simple notebook, right? And do you have the tools and the templates and the direction? So do you, is there a resource that you need to research to find out? Or do you feel like you have your messaging down and you know what you would say to somebody if you had those systems in place? If you answered yes to all of these questions, amazing, go out and do it, right? You have everything you need. And ask yourself, what might stop you? Where might you get stuck? Then ask for support in that little spot and then move into action. If you hesitated on some of these questions, if you said no or you aren't quite sure, then it's time to decide. Like, decide that this is happening, right? And we would love to support you in that. So as I shared at the beginning, I know I gave you the link for the call to be able to see if the Glam program would be a good fit for you. I will say, if you're in Camera Confidence, we have a way, or if you're in any of our other programs, we have a way where we apply what you invested in your other programs right into Glam. So in some situations, if you're on a payment plan, you don't have to pay anything for 2 months, which is amazing. You can get all this stuff in place. We push the second payment out by 2 months so that we make sure you have the time to set those foundations in place. And we have a whole guided, like, step-by-step system for setting the foundations in place. These are some of our Glam members. I just put a lot of their pictures because they're awesome and we have a really good time from everywhere. It's so awesome. So if you've asked about the Glam fam, I am going to share with you now what you can get if you decide to join us inside Glam. So I already gave you the link to book a call. I've already told you how awesome it is. You've gotten so much out of today. I am going to pick a nugget winner at the end when I come back, and I also will save some time to answer questions. This video has gone way longer than I expected it to, so thank you for being here with us. If you know that you're not interested in Glam, I'm so grateful that you were here. You may want to stay on now as I go through this just to kind of see contextually how I share what's in the program, because I always find that that's beneficial. I would also so appreciate a review on our business page. So if you go to our business page here, which is where we're live, and you click the little review section, the reviews that our community has left are so impactful for us as a team to know that we're making a difference, but it also helps others to know that they can trust us, that we care. I mean, we care so much about you, and we're just so grateful for having you here. So it's so good. So yeah, Laura is here. Laura, we celebrated how amazing you were. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, I'm so glad Jenna's here. Jenna, we showed group track earlier and she said, this is what Molly just told me to do. So worth it. Is that what you said? Jenna, you know that you and I have the same writing. And Laura says, just join it. Join Glam. You won't regret it. I love you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay. Yes, and the group track system was such a good nugget, right? Jenna, you missed it. We did group track all together and it was awesome. Carmela, thank you for what you shared about your daughter too. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go through this and we'll do a Q&A at the end. So stay. I'm going to stay until we're done. My niece moved in with us, which I am so grateful for, and she is watching the kids. So, okay, here we go. Here's what you get when you join us in Glam. So you're going to conquer your confusion. Finally conquer your confusion with your own specific strategy, specific marketing plan customized to your actual business. You'll also take massive action. So much action that I even have a hat that says stay in action with a clear step-by-step tactics that you can easily follow and implement. Remember, it's so easy. Also, you'll attract your ideal clients using our 5-pillar Glam marketing approach, which is your revenue, your visibility, your systems, your impact, and your mindset, keeping all of this in place. And you'll get support and accountability with regular check-ins, progress tracking, and booty kicking. I am known for a good booty kicking. Well, ask Laura. She loves it when I yell at her. It comes from a place of love. Also, you'll be catapulted forward by daily inspiration, support, accountability, and our amazing community. So my heart is like overflowing with gratitude for how awesome this community is because they are just amazing human beings. Okay, and then you'll get ahead and stay ahead with cutting edge tools. As you've seen, this is just a slice of the magic that we have, cutting edge tools, etc., and social media techniques so that you can stay ahead of others in your industry. Plus, you'll get the signature prepared performer contagious energy that I'm going to say you'll not find anywhere else. We have a way of weaving in like custom songs that are set to get you on your feet. We have a whole launch plan that is based on Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing, so that you feel the way a launch should work to the depths of your soul. Hands down, there is nothing else like the prepared performer. You'll also get tips, tricks, and nitty-gritty tactics on all the topics that you need to know about how to grow your business faster with less effort, covering everything from branding, social media foundations, to scaling systems and sales. And Sarah Campbell's here too. Sarah Campbell, we love you. All right. This is how it's delivered. So you get a monthly private coaching call with one of our amazing coaches that's valued at $6,000. And it's a year-long program, just so you know. So that's the $6,000 is for the year. Leads into sales. So you're also going to get that, which is our group training. It's weekly that fills out all the structures for your online business. It accelerates your revenue, your visibility, your systems, and your impact. And with those pillars, we cover one of those. We usually focus on one per month. It's every Tuesday at noon Pacific time, and it's valued at $5,000. You also get replay access to all of those if that time isn't good for you. There are a few members who can't make it at that time, and they watch the replay. Okay, there's also coaching office hours for extra strategic support, and that's 4 times a month in a weekly group office hours coaching every Thursday at 2 p.m. Now, I have had coaches that say when you're sharing an offer like this, you don't tell people what time things are at. When people don't tell me what time things are at, I stress out. So I'm telling you what times we do this at. And there's always, for our Tuesday calls, there's always replays. For the coaching hours, you just come and ask questions. It's like a Q&A. It's awesome. All right. Then we have on Fridays, we have our Awesome Action Accountability, which is so magical. It is a silent call where you come on and get things done. We are there every Friday for you from 9 a.m. till noon. The cameras are on sometimes, but the mics are muted and you can ask questions in the chat, and it is so good. All right. Yeah. And more nuggets can come during this, I think, because there's nuggets in here, by the way. All right. Then you're going to get tech and strategic support in a high-level mastermind group 5 days a week. So in our mastermind group, you'll find there are people varying from some clients who are really, shifting and maybe getting their offer solidified for the first time. We have a few members who are in that space. We also have many members who have already, soared past 100K months, people who have soared past, 7-figure months. So we have all different levels in this group, and it's such an amazing supportive community. And there's always going to be somebody else in there who knows something that you don't. I promise. I learn from our community all the time. And we do a monthly mindset call to really round out that glam 5-pillar approach. And that is so we can recognize those gremlins and then clear out those cobwebs, stay focused on the positivity. I'm so, so grateful for those glam members. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the total value of this so far is $21,800. It's real good. Okay. And there's also some bonuses. So the first bonus is you get access to all of our courses. So like I said, if you're already in some of our courses, if you've already paid for some of our programs, also Camera Confidence is listed at the wrong rate here. It's been $19.97 for probably 2 years. So there's a little mistake on my slides. So it's worth even more than this, which is so good. So if you're in any of these programs, we apply that to your glam membership. And so for some of you, you can get started. I think we ask for a small, really small deposit just to make sure that you're actually in. You can get started basically for no investment, just a small deposit. And then 2 events to recalibrate and take action to ensure that your business is on track. So we haven't set the dates for the event this year yet. Most likely the first event will be online, and then we'll be moving, hopefully by this time we get around to the second event, we can be back in person. These events are usually at my home. It's why we moved into this amazing place that we live now with this giant backyard. We all get in the hot tub together if you want to. It's like we do hot tub Q&A. It is awesome. Many of the members here who are watching have been here. It's so, so, so good. I love it. I love it. So awesome. And then you're going to get our content to client system. So this system makes it so easy for you to create content that converts. It's fun and effective. And this is what we focus on when you first join. Everybody goes through this content to client system. And this is a system that we've done with people, like I said, who are just getting their businesses kind of really ramped up off the ground, and with those who have hit major success. We start with this system. I just did this recently with a new private client, the exact system, who averages around 50K a month. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're doing this. So it really works at varied levels. Okay, then you're going to get the whole Map to Millions content syndication system. And our coaches know this thing so they can help guide you. It includes, I don't know if I have this on here, but it includes weekly feedback from Sarah, our video coach, on your videos. Every video that you do, you can put inside this feedback thread and get feedback on it. So awesome. The total value here is actually, I'm going to say 41,391 because one of those numbers is wrong. So it's even more, right? And there's one more bonus. You and me get on a money map call. This money map call, I'm going to say it's priceless because it is legit. Look at these comments about it. The money map call is on point. And holy cow, money map is what? Right? What? And then someone else says, told you, because it is so good. And what we do is we get to the actual numbers in your business. I'm obsessed with like dreaming big, but also in reality. We look at the actual numbers and we map out what's possible. It is such an awesome way to start the program. So how would you get started? Ta-da! You would apply for a Glam Growth Acceleration call. And I do have to say about these calls, there's no pressure to join us. If we feel that it's not a good fit, we will tell you it's not a good fit. We will send you towards another resource. If you feel it's not a good fit, we'll probably help you identify your next best step. That is our goal with these calls. Nothing is about a hard pressure sale. It's literally so you can explore to see if it's a good fit on both sides of the calls. And do you want to know about the investment? You probably do. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so glad that you guys are here too. This is so good. Oh my gosh. That's so true. Okay. Sarah says hot tub TikTok tutorials with Andrew Carlson. So I learned how to do TikTok from Andrew with all of us in the hot tub. And we sang Girls and She Hallelujah. We all did Uptown Funk with Andrew here. So there's all kinds of magic you learn on those events. Okay. So you will not pay 40K. I'm telling you that. You will not even pay 20K. Now, what I'm going to say is I'm planning on leaving this video out here for a little bit, and I don't want to give you the exact investment because from time to time, the investment goes up, and I don't want this to be not evergreen. So I'm going to tell you, we have payment plans to make it super easy so that you can get started. And like I said, if you're already in one of our programs, oftentimes you don't even have to make very much of a payment in the beginning. And when you pay in full, check this out, you get unlimited 15-minute calls with me for that when you first join, which is crazy. I believe while space is still available, and we do that right now, we're doing that for the first 2 months of the program. So when you join, you get those unlimited 15-minute calls with me if you pay in full for the first 2 months of your program. And that is awesome. And I love doing those calls with you. Okay, so how to get started again is you go to theglamcall.com. I think I have one more bonus on here. Do you want to see it? I added it this morning. We just decided. So oftentimes we have Glam members who are like, oh, can I add my VA in here? Can I add my, my social media manager in here? And we keep the Glam group a very safe, sacred space where we want to make sure that if someone is having, a moment and they need to maybe they need to let a team member go. Maybe they need to, whatever, having some sort of moment. I want it to be a very safe, sacred space. So we don't let everybody add their team into the group. And we have decided to do something really awesome in the following year. There is no extra charge for this. We are going to be offering an extra monthly team day. So not a full day. It's going to be probably 2 hours. So I'm going to jump on. It'll be me or one of our coaches jumping on. I'm probably going to do most of them at first because I'm really excited about it. Eventually, we'll spread it out between all of our coaches. And this monthly team day is going to be us teaching you and your team, or even just sending your team to these calls so that they can implement for you. And all of our systems are set up in a way that you can, even if it's you doing it, it makes it delegatable so that you can hand it off. And we're also going to create a separate portal in our learning management system, which we just created, for your team to be able to have access to a few of our trainings that we'll pull out of the Facebook group so that you can share it with them so they can help support you in your business. Oh my gosh, so good, right? It's so good. Okay, so once again, if you want to be able to book a call about this, apply for a Glam Growth Acceleration call by going to theglamcall.com. And if you're watching this live, the holidays are coming up. So I know that she has a few calls open next week. Our next start date is in January. So get it going. We only open once a month. So you want to make sure, if you're kind of on the fence, you may miss that starting date by just right on the edge. So book the call right away. See if you are a good fit. If it's a good fit, if we're a good fit, all that. Amazing. So good. Okay. I'm going to put that in the chat. I'm going to bring my own camera back up, and I'd love to answer some questions because I know that I shared so much here. I'm also going to pull some of these comments up. I love you, Glam fam, for being here. You're so amazing. Laura says, I have grown so much because of these events. It's so worth the entire investment. Thank you. So good. Jenna says you make entrepreneur besties in this community, which is so awesome. Oh, so good. Andrew is here too. Andrew says those TikToks were the best. Andrew, I was talking about that video that I snuck you about how to use Slack also. Now that I say that, everybody's going to want it. I'll maybe share it in the group. I sent Andrew this little loom about our Slack channel. Would you guys in Glam want a Slack training? Andrew was like, this needs to be a training. Okay. And Laura says, I have met the best people and made the best connections and biz friends in Glam. So true. So good. Okay. I'm going to pick a nugget winner and then let me know if you have questions. So if you have questions, I would love to answer your questions. Okay. I'm picking a nugget winner. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It is Greg Adams. Greg Adams, are you still here? The nugget is yours. Nugget, show up. You are our winner. So go to, email molly@thepreparedperformer.com and send us your address and we'll send you a selfie light in the mail. It'll look just like this one, right? It'll look just like this one. And it will have a different logo on it because our logo changed. It'll be really similar. Okay, so good. I'm going to check and see if we have questions. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was mind expanding. Good question. Jane says, someone reached out to me about this via Messenger a few weeks ago. Who would that have been so I can find her in your Messenger? Do you mean reached out about Glam maybe, or reached out from our team? So it could have been Jordan. It probably would have been Jordan. And that's what I was saying. Everyone thinks Jordan's a woman, but Jordan's a man. Maybe I need my light to be brighter to not turn orange. What is happening? That's better. It is orange now. Maybe it was just too dark. So it kept freaking itself out. It could have been Nancy. It could have been Beth. Actually, it could have been Beth. But at the time, if it was a couple weeks ago, it was probably Jordan. Yes. Okay. Hooray. Awesome. So good. And so then we got to the thing when we had, so full stop, like sharing the system, right? Jordan may have reached out about Glam, but he probably reached out to see like if you need support in a certain way. We're not like reaching out and saying, join Glam, join Glam, join Glam. That's not a strategy that we suggest or that we're using as a part of how we are supporting our community. It's really to hear like, how can we solve your problems, right? Alicia says, I was looking for that message too. It was Beth, but I can't find it. Okay, so it's probably in Messenger if you search. Oh, you know why? Her last name changed because she got married. So she's not Beth Sharma anymore. She's Beth Gregory. So Beth Gregory is her last name now. Sarah says, Glam has completely changed the way I run my business. Why? Because growth and gratitude mindset is key to implementation. So true. We do so much about gratitude, which I'm so grateful for. I'm grateful for our gratitude practice. So awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. This was so fun. Any other questions? I'm like totally good to answer questions. If you have questions about how you would do this in your own business. I mean, I know I talked about a lot. So I'm looking to see if I forgot any questions. So awesome. Yes. So good. There it is. Hooray. Thanks. RF Frazier says I came on late. Thanks for the invite. I like the systems and your energy. So awesome. Thank you. And this replay will be up here for a while. We may take it down. It may be something I redo because this is like very much a test run. I probably can shorten it a little bit because I didn't expect it to go 2 hours. For me, really, it was something that happened so recently. So it was kind of almost like learning out loud, really sharing what we did and how we continue to do it. It's been really like, I was saying to a friend who said, oh my gosh, I saw your thing about how you did 300K last month. Like, are you freaking out? And I said, no, I'm actually not freaking out, which I think is surprising me more than anything. So that is, it was really a thing where it just feels like it's like working now, which is so good. It's so awesome. The only thing that's not working is that my face is still orange. I think maybe it's because I have long sleeve. Look at that, y'all. I think it's my shirt that's making my face orange because like it's the long sleeves. It's like changing the white balance. Look. I think it's the white balance of my long sleeve black shirt. I guess I have to wear a tank top for every video. Thank you so much, Carmela. That's my goal is to be real. So thank you. Brandon is a new member of Glam and makes me cry with his posts. Brandon says the systems that are taught in Glam literally saved my business. I work crazy long hours, and without the systems, I would not be able to show up. So Brandon is a paramedic who is growing his business as well. And man, your post the other day about how he had, we'll cry. He had people joining his Facebook group while he was out like saving lives and like bringing organ donations to someone who needed to live. I was like, what is happening right now? And this business, the systems that he put in place that his Facebook group was filling up while he was doing that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Susie is a new member of Glam. She says, I always look pink. Susie, we're going to have to figure this out so that we can set our white balance properly in our videos. Oh my gosh. I totally... So Laura says, look at how many people have said they have had convos, which is like our whole point is really that we're here to, make sure that you're supported. So I think it's funny too, that we, the champagne analogy is like, it kills me. No, I'm not saying that word. It provides such an opportunity for me when I'm like, oh, there's people that I know we want to make sure are supported and I can't get back to everybody. So I'm so glad that we're doing that now. So good. If I have a table in front of me, put a piece of white paper on it. I need to get Bernie over here on the show. I do have a white paper. Does that help? I don't know. I think it's my shirt. It's all right. I'll figure it out. I may have to redo the whole video just because my face is orange. All right. This has been awesome. I love hanging out with you. Thank you so much. I hope you found it valuable. And I hope we see some of you inside our Glam program because it's just so awesome. So good. Laura says it was a huge jump for me, but I will never look back. Best decision ever. No joke. I love you so much. And Laura, this whole new team thing, I am just so stoked about how we're going to even take your team one step further. Duchess, I'm so glad that you're here too. It's so good to see you. Okay, this is so good. Awesome. You're amazing. And I'm wrapping this up. Carmela, thank you. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Festivus. Whatever it is you're celebrating. So grateful. All right. This has been so fun.